Dan, if you had three messages to share with all the parents of the world, what would these three messages be?
Hmm. I think the first one is what I already said, strengthen your own emotional literacy, begin to build your emotional vocabulary. So I think that's something anybody can do. There are tools for that, mine and other people. There's lots of possibilities. I think that's number one, because the when you it's just like using any language, the more words you use to articulate what you're trying to say to your children, the more they'll pick those up too. They'll begin using those words and they'll try to understand what those words mean. So I think the first is, the parents build their own emotional literacy. I think the second, and one of the things that happens when we build our emotional literacy, is we start seeing emotions as normal. They're just part of being human. So at some point we can get past the embarrassment or the sense that, this is something I shouldn't talk about. It just becomes normal to talk about it. But I think that's the second thing, that we speak about our emotions, right? That we help children understand, when I come home from work, I'm irritable, but that has nothing to do with you. That's my emotion. And so here's what I need to do. Here's how you can, be here with me, or how you can support me in that. And I think the third is a conversation with them to help them begin to articulate their emotions, because I would say that children, even young children, have a lot of emotional wisdom, but what they lack is the vocabulary to articulate it. So, they know 6 or 8 emotions, but, you can suggest other ones, right? And you can help them understand what those emotions mean, or what they're trying to tell them. What is disappointment? What is anxiety? What is fear? What is exuberance? What is excitement? So I think those are really the core. I would say it's not so different than anything else you want to teach them. If you want to teach them to cook, you learn to cook, right? You talk about cooking, you let them taste, and then you begin to teach them how to cook. You don't start with, the most complex meal in the world. You help them begin to learn, the basics of cooking, and help them see the value of it, and how it's connected with life, with culture, with history, with nutrition, with their health. And I think that's how you cultivate it. And some children will, of course, be very interested, and some children will be less interested. But you've done your part as a parent to, bring the world of emotions and put it in front of them, both by your own example, but also by engaging them in the conversation. And to be honest, I don't think there's anything more potent, or I don't think there's anything more effective that a parent can do with their children besides those things.